Hi friends, this is Beverly of Miles and Coffee. Thank you for joining me today. This video topic is about safety for women travelers. I have recently done a video about safety travel or safety tips for women only. This will be part 2 to that video, and I'd like to preface this video by saying that a coffee talk is my way of sharing my thoughts with you, my viewers and subscribers, unfiltered and unscripted. So you're just getting me off the cuff, no notes, no, this is just me sharing from my heart. Grab your favorite brew. You will want to listen, and I would love to hear your comments. Some housekeeping first. I am actively growing my channel. Thank you to those members. You know who you are, and to all of the coffee donations. Thank you, because it allows me to take you to different locations like favorite cafes and restaurants here in La Paz. But if you haven't already, just hit the subscribe button. And if you like what you hear, hit the like button. If you don't like what you hear, hit the unlike button. Also, if you think someone else might love to hear this content, share the video. Now let's get started. I thought it very timely for me to speak with those of you who are women who travel. I travel usually solo. That is my preferred way to travel, but of course you can travel with groups. Recently, there have been disturbing instances of violence against women in the news, and I'm going to mention and also hold up, I believe here, a picture of Shanquella Robinson, because by now you have heard what happened to her. The first time I heard that she died in Mexico, I thought, oh my goodness, what is happening now, right? She actually was 2 hours from here. I'm in La Paz. She and a group of friends traveled to Los Cabos for vacation. I put friends in quotes because obviously these were not friends that she knew very well. People travel in groups for various reasons, maybe to share expenses, maybe just to have a fun time. And sometimes people impose on you if they know you have plans, or they may join your itinerary. I will caution against that. What happened to this young lady was just atrocious. It was just unthinkable. I am not going to share the video. You can Google Shanquella Robinson and find out what happened to her in Los Cabos. My thoughts and prayers really go out to her mother. Her mother has done various interviews in an effort to get help for the case. Unfortunately, I also heard, the first time I heard about Shanquella Robinson, I was shocked because I thought maybe this is dealing with gang violence or the cartels. That was not the case. The second time I was shocked about Shanquella Robinson was that I found out recently the United States will not seek charges against her attackers, her offenders, her murderers. And as I told you before, there is a video showing in explicit detail what happened to this beautiful and very accomplished young woman. Let's read what the news says. Attorneys with the U.S. Department of Justice said in a news release Wednesday that the available evidence in autopsy results do not support a federal prosecution. U.S. officials in North Carolina will not federally prosecute the person suspected of killing a Charlotte area woman, Shanquella, vacation in Mexico last year, the U.S. Department of Justice announced Wednesday. Federal prosecutors say they have presented the findings of their investigation to the family of Shanquella Robinson, who was seen being beaten in a viral video last year at a resort development in San Jose del Cabo. As the video circulated on social media, it raised suspicions that Shanquella Robinson may have been killed by her travel companions. Attorneys with the U.S. Department of Justice said in a news release Wednesday that the available evidence and autopsy results do not support a federal prosecution. Investigators could not prove beyond a reasonable doubt that a federal crime was committed. The article continues. Local prosecutors in the state of Baja California Sur filed charges last year against another U.S. woman whom they would not name, suspected of killing Robinson on October the 29th. They issued an arrest warrant for the suspect, who had already left Mexico with other travel companions after Robinson was found dead in a rented villa. Mexican federal prosecutors are trying to get her extradited to face charges in Mexico. Sue Ann Robinson, the family's attorney, said at a news conference Wednesday in Charlotte that the U.S. autopsy results, which had not been released publicly, revealed inconsistencies with a previous autopsy conducted in Mexico, which had labeled the cause of death a severe spinal cord or neck injury. Just a side note, women, ladies, when we travel abroad, there is no guarantee that the U.S. authorities will be able to protect us if something happens. Just a couple of caveats and a couple of words from my heart of advice. Have I traveled with a group before? Yes, I have. But let's keep in mind what you want to do if you travel with a group. The reason I travel alone is because I'm very particular about where I stay. I trust my gut. And I also am very wary. Again, I've told you I'm from Chicago, so it's kind of in my DNA to, if I feel a certain way, I move around. I also learned that from the RV community. When you don't feel safe, keep it moving. I want to say, I will quote Maya Angelou, who says that when someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. I'm pretty sure there was some red flags to indicate that these people did not have her best interest at heart. Now, let's get back to the fact that I have traveled with a group before. But number one, know who you are traveling with, please, and they should know you. I traveled with a group of colleagues. We went on a cruise on the Caribbean. My employer, the school and the district knew where we were going, when we would return, and all of that. I'm saying all that to say I worked with these people every day. I trusted them, they trusted me. We had to figure out room assignments, to defray the costs. We would, two to a room, and that helped to defray some of those costs. And I believe it was 5 or 6 days, I can't remember. Might have been 7 total, going and coming. But there was so much for us to do that everybody was able to find their rhythm and get their interests, and different ones would go and focus on different areas of that cruise and different excursions based on your interests. We had a great time, collectively as a group and individually, based on what we wanted to do on the cruise, right? Would I do it again? In a heartbeat? Yes. I knew my colleagues. I worked with them. We were friends. We would also go out, sometimes once a month to different ways of sharing birthdays, or just to talk or to debrief after work. But the bottom line is I knew these people. I could trust them, and I didn't feel fear traveling with them. The person that shared my particular cabin, I did not fear going to sleep or fearing for my personal belongings. That's important. Number 2, what is the reason for your travel? Where are you going? How long have you known this person? How long have they known you? Who else knows that you will be traveling and where you're traveling to? If you look at the case of this young woman, when she was attacked, she refused to fight back. On the video, they asked her, will you fight, defend yourself? She said no. That should tell you a lot about this person and who she was, what she represented. But unfortunately, she missed some red flags. So here's my second or third piece of advice. Trust your gut, women. We have that instinct. We will know without seeing what's going on. But we have to rely on that. It is a special gift that God gave women. Call it intuition. You know, call it a sixth sense if you want to, but it is a gift. And the more you listen to that inner voice, the better you'll get at trusting it and recognizing it, because it is for you. It's a safety mechanism that is with you 24/7. It's in your body. It's in your solar plexus, in your stomach. When you feel a funny feeling, trust it. You know, in one of my videos about travel tips, I said, okay, trust your gut. If you're in an area where you feel unsafe, go in the opposite direction. If you are traveling or have plans to travel with a group and you feel for some reason you get a vibe or maybe you get second thoughts, trust that. You know, another reason why I like traveling alone is because I go with the flow and I trust my instincts. I trust my gut. My sister and I recently had a conversation, you know, about safety and common sense, you know, just sharing ideas, you know, just to reiterate or reinforce the fact that you don't want to be in a compromising position. So as we travel and as we have this season where everyone is going somewhere, rethink your travel plans. If you are with a family, you don't have to rethink that. They know you, you know them. If you're with long-time friends that you have known forever, you know them. So you know who you are traveling with. But be cautious when people want to join your plans. I'll go back to the group that I took the Caribbean cruise with. We planned for that trip for over 6 or 7 months, you know, but in the meantime, we worked together. So, you know, there's always a way to be cautious, but you have to trust your instincts. We always end my particular broadcast by saying, take it one day at a time, take it one step at a time, and keep it simple. Part of keeping it simple is to plan, trust your instincts, and when you see a red flag, it is a red flag. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this has been helpful, and put in your comments below, because I do read them and respond to them. Have you traveled with a group? Have you had any negative experiences when traveling with the group? I would love to hear about that. I also traveled with another group at one time, and it wasn't really a group, it was a smaller group, but I learned some things about myself, and what I liked and what I didn't like traveling, and I just came to the conclusion that I really do prefer traveling solo. It's just a different way of doing things. But if you are safe and you know the people that you travel with, you can travel with a group, but be safe, okay? Thank you so much for watching me today. From where I am to wherever you are, have a great travel season, okay? And have a great day. Thank you for listening. Until next time, on Miles and Coffee.